Hi friends, I'm Prairie Vintage and I am back with another reading. My name is Linda and I am an energy reader here on YouTube. I use the tarot and oracle cards in order to convey message from spirit. Today's message will be directly from your closest spirit guide, your ancestors, whoever's watching you closely, and we'll be taking a look at a message of liberation for you, some message that your spirit guide wants to share with you to set you free. Take a look at these three keys. Pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. Feel free to pause the video, pick your pile, and if you're drawn to more than one pile, that's fine. Maybe there's multiple messages in here. This is a collective reading, so just take what resonates. If it's not resonating, leave the message behind. Check out another pile if you're not resonating at all with that pile, or maybe this isn't the video for you. See you shortly. Hello, pile 1. You picked this brass skeleton key. Pile 1, this will be your reading. We'll be taking a look at a message from your closest spirit guide, your ancestor, whoever is looking after you the closest. I have a message to set you free, a message to give you liberation. Spirit, we ask for a clear and concise message for pile number 1. Closest spirit guides for pile number 1. What message do you have? Pile number 1, thank you so much for allowing me to tap into your energy and convey this message. I am truly grateful. We have the Fool. We have the Nine of Cups in reverse. We have the Page of Pentacles. We have the King of Wands coming upright. We have the Seven of Wands in reverse. And we also have the Chariot in reverse. Put that up there. All right, give me a minute to tap into your energy. All right, sorry, I had to get my cat out of the room so he doesn't start scratching. Okay, so we have here the first row, and we're asking your spirit guide, your closest spirit guide, to convey a message to you to set you on your path of liberation. Your spirit guide is understanding that there is a passion that you have identified, that you're really good at, that you want to take off the ground, that you're considering moving forward, that you know will bring you ultimate happiness because it is really something that you really want to do, but that it would require a sacrifice in your life right now. This would sacrifice you taking a leap of faith into an area that you're not 100% certain of the outcome. You just know that you would enjoy doing this. Now, this could be, I feel as though this is a business opportunity for you, but it's also doing something that you enjoy doing. I feel that you're doing it already, but that there isn't a structure around this project, or at least the way you would like it to be. You almost feel like giving up, or you're not certain if you should give up, because it's requiring more energy and effort from you than you anticipated. But you've also identified that this brings you great happiness and joy if you were to pursue it full time. You've identified that you have a special niche that requires more dedication from you, that you would take pleasure in doing. but you're not certain if you should take that leap of faith, and you're not certain of the outcome. And things are kind of happening very rapidly for you, or at least you feel like you have to make a decision rapidly. Spirit guides for pile number 1. Spirit guide, what do you have for pile number 1? These are my abstract cards. Your spirit guide wants to tell you that you are fulfilling your life's purpose by taking the leap of faith in a direction that you feel is going to bring you the most happiness. Your spirit guide's telling you that they understand that there's questions around certainties where this is going to go. They're also saying that right now there's something in your environment that's going to clear up, that it's only temporary, that's holding you back right now, and not to feel pressured, because there is going to be a break in your environment, in your circumstance, that you're going to know for sure. That's going to give you clarity for sure. And that once you start, this is going to have a very strong life pulse, that it's going to only keep going and generate more excitement and keep adding to the successfulness of this project once you take it off the ground. But not to feel pressured that you have to know right now, even though it feels as though the time is right now, that you have to make a decision. You feel pressure that the time is right now. Your spirit guide is saying that the break will come and that you should not feel obligated to make this decision right now. You'll feel more natural. It'll be very clear to you. It won't feel like pressure, that you're not going to miss anything by not making a decision right now in this opportunity, this investment. Okay, we'll take a look at some more tarot. Thank you, Spirit. Pile number 1, Spirit Guide. What else do you have for pile number 1 regarding this opportunity? What messages do you have for pile number 1 regarding this opportunity, Spirit? What liberating message can pile number 1 take away from this reading? I have the 8 of Wands. The 6 of Wands. Wow, pile number 1. We have the Emperor. We have the Knight of Pentacles. And we have the Queen of Wands in reverse. This is coming in quite quickly. With the 8 of Wands, with the Chariot in reverse, there's almost a sense of it being too quick, but what Spirit is wanting you to know is that everything is going to happen as it should. And even though at times it may be feeling like things are moving quick, it'll never make you feel uncomfortable. So if you're feeling uncomfortable and making a decision, to not make an impulsive decision, you're going to be victorious in this enterprise, in this business, in this opportunity that you're heavily pursuing. You're going to keep piling your wins slowly but surely, to a point where you're going to see the fruits of your actions and actually enjoy the success of your labor. I want to read this one here because I think in this deck, let me see if I have the booklet around for this one. This one's quite powerful. So your spirit guide is encouraging me to read the definition here in the book. So in the Primordial Tarot, which is what I'm using here, you got the Father, which is the Emperor card. Okay, now it is in reverse, but we'll read the message here from your spirit guide. The Father understands some important needs of his people: food, safety, and community. To meet their needs, he is very aware of time. He learns from the past, pays attention to the present, and anticipates the future. Through observing the seasons, he knows the time of abundance and the time of lack and prepares for both. He uses all of the tools and resources available to him for the benefit of the tribe. Abstract symbols, tattoos, and decorative elements aid him in the hunt and in governing, as well as beginnings to shape culture. While all predators know that any fighting should be avoided if possible, he also knows that it is sometimes required to protect his people. The divination meaning: resources, power, governance, authority, protection, planning for the future. I feel the power in this reading is really around this card. The message here of liberation is that there is an issue here with timing, but what your spirit guide wants you to know is that you're considering all these important areas of your life that you feel may be put at risk by making this decision, by taking this jump. But your spirit guide wants you to know that because of these other areas in your life, your family, your security, your planning, your biggest hopes, that this is why this is coming to you, that you do have enough in your tool belt, in your arsenal to move forward with this project, that you're prepared enough to move forward, not to doubt your talents. And it's funny, I talked about abstract, and I'm using my abstract cards here. I feel as though there is a heavy message on there's a heavy message on timing, getting clarity on timing for you. That's important. And I think your spirit guide really wants you to know that the timing is coming and that you will recognize it. Not to fear that you might miss the timing, but also once you begin, that it's going to take a life of its own. So much so that you get to pile all your wins in order to have a victory celebration early on in this development that will give you the confidence and the reassurance that you need, that you've made the right decision. With the Knight of Pentacles, this is somebody starting from the ground up through hard work and seeing something through to the end. Your spirit guide wants you to know that they've seen all the effort and all the work that you've put into this project, and they really don't want you to let it go. They really see you moving forward slowly but surely, but laying the foundation for this project in the proper way without cutting corners and making it to the end. The Queen of Wands in reverse here is symbolizing a desire to want to attract this towards you. The fact that it's reverse, I feel like you have been holding back and attracting this fully into your life. You've manifested this, but now you're holding back your energy. But there's this passion underneath brewing to take the full reins and take this off the ground, and you're waiting for the right timing. Spirit guide is saying that you have done the right thing in not being impulsive, and the time is coming, fast approaching. That's why you feel a need to make a decision, but not to be impulsive about it. And you will know in the clearing, there'll be a period of certainty where you make a move and you won't regret it and you won't look back. Yeah, I feel this is a very positive reading here for you guys. Pile number 1, this is super exciting. I can't wait to hear what it is what enterprise you're working on. as an entrepreneur, maybe a business. So we'll take a look at postcard here from your spirit guide. Further message from your spirit guide or ancestor. Message for pile number 1 regarding this message of liberation. Dearest you, everything is in divine order. Even the chaos, there is order. And we are always in awe of this. For you, though on your human journey, things can get disorganized in your mind and physical reality. You need to get rid of the clutter, whether it be too many stories in your mind, too many what ifs, or fearful thoughts of past or future. Instead, focus on the now. Empty your mind, clean your house, and throw out any object that tells you an uncomfortable story. Discern what you have. Sort, purge, clear, and organize. We want you to have a space to fill with something better. Spirit loves a vacuum, as it gives space for brilliant new energy. Let go of what is not serving you and give order to what remains. See them and know their value. Your soul needs organization in order to keep your connection to us and to spirit free of distractions. You are so adored by so many. We hope you really know that. So maybe you've been very focused on this project. Spirit wants you to clear out anything right now that's draining you, making you feel heavy. That's going to help prepare open space for this project physically and your environment so that you're able to focus and at least detach yourself from this for a period while you're preparing to receive this into your life. We got a message here from your ancestors. What message do we have here for pile number 1? I'm being called to pull 2 cards from 2 of your ancestors. I am feeling a short female. She says, seek professional help if you need to. All will be well. So someone's concerned here that maybe you're stressed out, and that if you do need to reach out for help, that there should be no shame in reaching out to a professional. This person feels like a feminine energy, and I think she's concerned with your mental health. The second spirit here for your ancestor says, have you laughed today? Find your joy. Lift your soul. They're sensing a depression here, and maybe this pressure about whether to move forward in this situation has caused you some anxiety. I was feeling that the closer you get to this having to make a decision, you know that this is your true happiness, your true calling with the 9 of Cups. It's something that's going to satisfy you, make your wishes come true. And so there's anxiety about missing the boat. But I feel as though there might be some level of mental anxiety to the point of possible depression. Your ancestors want you to laugh, talk to someone you trust. If you have a friend that you trust, no shame in speaking to a professional if that's how you feel, if that's the situation you're in mentally, so that you can prepare yourself for the next step in this adventure. I'm not feeling this ancestor's energy so much, more of the message, but I do feel that this shorter feminine energy is very concerned, so she wanted me to bring it up again, and she wants you to make a phone call to someone that you know who to call, who's gonna kind of be your person. So she wants you to make that phone call. Anything else? No, she's just adamant that you make this phone call and that you'd know who, most likely the first person came in your mind for you to make this call, to talk to them about this project, talk to them about the stress, talk to them about what you're deciding on doing. I feel for a lot of you guys, maybe this has been something you've had in your head you haven't been able to share with anyone, just this feeling of putting maybe security at risk or family at risk, or potentially investing in an area that might make others think that you might be foolish. But Spirit is confirming that this is certainly going to be for your favor, and it will build on your security, and to take the risk, and you'll know. All right, so this is a beautiful reading here for pile number 1. I'm so excited to hear about this project. It sounds super cool. Leave a comment so I know, and leave a like, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and we'll see you here again. Bye. Hello, my beautiful pile number 2. If you pick this gold key, then this will be your reading. So we'll be taking a look at a liberating message from your spirit guide, or the spirit guide who is looking after you the most, or your ancestor, whatever wants to come through here as far as your closest spirit guide, ancestor, for a message of liberation that you need to hear. Thank you, Spirit. Please provide a clear and concise message for my pile number 2s. Pile number 2, I'm so blessed and grateful for you allowing me to tap into your energy and allowing me to communicate this message to you. Thank you so much. We got the Temperance in reverse. We got the Hermit in reverse. We got the Empress in reverse. We got the Mother of Pentacles in reverse. We got the Seven of Cups in reverse. All right. So right away, I'm picking a block in your energy. I'm really sensing almost a burnout. With the Temperance here, there is a need for alchemy, for manifesting something, but it feels like your environment is very chaotic. It feels like you haven't had a chance to sit down and breathe and really reflect. I feel almost like you've been in a mode of giving onto so many other people right now that you've almost lost yourself. You feel you've lost a piece of your own identity or self, or what it is that you stand for, or what it is that you want to do, what it is that you want to manifest. You feel like you've been providing for so many other people that you're at a point of burnout. You feel kind of like that's the only thing you know how to do. Like there is no other option for you at this point. Okay, so let's take a look. All these abstract cards, spirit guide for pile number 2. Can we get this liberating message for pile number 2? What's going to help free pile number 2? What do you need to tell pile number 2? I'm seeing a lot of red, obviously. I mean, red is can speak of a warning. I feel like there's a burnout right around the corner, or at least you feel as though you're running very thin and you're kind of walking a fine line. I feel like these two cards are very similar. There's a lot of confusion or identifying what it is that you want because you've been so focused on other people in other areas that your mind is almost not clear at all. Things are really blurry. And every time you try laying out a foundation for yourself, you're pulled in a different direction. I feel like there's areas of your life that you've been planting some seeds that have been showing some promising results, but you feel as though there's a fire underneath these that might be useless sacrifice, or that you've invested in these areas but you're scared that they might not turn into something fruitful. Your spirit guide wants to tell you that there's 3 areas in your life where you've invested that are actually coming into fruition for you. 3 areas in your life that you've actually been able to focus on yourself that are blooming right now. Spirit wants to tell you that there's a way for you to get past this situation by going straight through. And right now you feel as though you're doing circles and you're not quite sure how to press through the fog. But Spirit wants you to know that once you get past a short period of pain and discomfort, that there is a clearing. We're going to ask Spirit for these 3 areas so that you know which areas to focus on and what's fruitful for you. Spirit guide for pile number 2. What are the 3 areas we're seeing here? What is the way forward? What is the pathway here for pile number 2 through this confusion? We have the Hierophant in reverse. We have the 8 of Cups. We have the 4 of Pentacles in reverse. We have the Moon in reverse. And we have the 7 of Pentacles. One area that Spirit wants to share with you is a big change that you've been contemplating in either where you live, how you live, or who you live with. So where you live, who you live with, and how you live, that you've been contemplating. And I mean, this is a collective reading, so you should know what idea, because they're saying this is an idea that's come to you. For some of you guys, it's at the bottom of your gut. It's been brewing. For a lot of you guys, you might have had these thoughts for quite some time and have been too, I guess, foolishly hanging on to the way things are to not ruffle any feathers or change this situation. Okay, so this is still one area, I'm being told, of those 3 in your life, but who and where and how you live your life. The other one is you have made a emotional decision recently that you kind of regret. That's either giving someone another chance, or I feel like it's giving someone another chance, or reviewing something in your life that you've accepted that you kind of regret, but you're not walking away from. That Spirit is saying you need to cut ties and walk away from this person, from this situation, from this thing that you thought would emotionally fulfill you that has not. So it could be a job, could be a relationship, and that you'd know, and that you've already, again, with these seeds, that you've already been talking to yourself about this. So it could be a seedling, could be something you're scared to let go of, but Spirit is saying that there needs to be an emotional break here, and you need to emotionally disconnect yourself. You're hanging on to something. You're hanging on to something out of fear that if you let go, that what's on the opposite side might be more of a loss. But in this area, what Spirit is saying is that you financially have made an investment that is enough security for you to be able to make a decision that's going to allow you the footing to either walk away or pull yourself out of an emotional situation. So for example, if you're planning on leaving a job or a career, you've kind of been looking at your finances to see if you're able to support yourself in a period while you seek employment. Spirit is saying that you are financially stable enough to make the right emotional decision when it comes to your financial decision, that you are stable and secure, that you've put the right footing in place in order to make this move. If you're looking at moving cities or homes, that you're financially questioning whether you're able to support the change, Spirit is saying that you are, that you have enough talent in finding your financial footing wherever you move. These seeds have already been planted. Spirit is saying that there is some self-deception that's coming to light, and it maybe has recently come to light, that's going to allow you to see things for what they truly are. And if you have, Spirit saying you need to act based on your truest wants and desires, not based on fear, not based on what someone else wants. And the other area that Spirit is telling me is that you've been very dedicated, task-orientated with something in your life right now that you've been mainly focused on, that has been helping you. And Spirit's saying to continue. Doesn't involve anyone else. This just involves your happiness and what you're working on. And you're about to accumulate all your hard work that you've been putting into this, that the seeds have been planted in this area. So it sounds to me like there's different things going on right now in your life. And that's why it's been very confusing with the 7 of Cups here and the fog. But I feel like there's a promising message here that with the 7 of Cups in reverse and the Moon in reverse, that things are going to come to light, that you are going to have a full understanding where you've been giving to people or giving of yourself, where you maybe shouldn't have, or as a coping mechanism to make a decision to change how you live, who you live, and where you live. Could be all three, possibly. But certainly to make that decision to go where you're no longer emotionally getting satisfaction. And it's very difficult because you were emotionally tied, but there is some concern around finances. But Spirit is saying that you're financially stable enough to either recoup quickly enough to support yourself in a new situation, or that you have enough of a financial investment that's going to help sustain you for this unknown period of time that you might be questioning. All right. And that there might be some self-deception that's coming to light. And to be open and honest in receiving this. And you might already know, because this is kind of your subconscious. It's coming to light. Things are coming forward. There might be something that someone did that might be deceptive that's coming to light as well, or that you've recently identified. You've been distracted and focused in other areas, maybe rather than dealing with some of this, but that area is definitely still fruitful for you. It's helping you stay sane. It's helping you, give you some sort of emotional enjoyment, even though I do feel like there's no one else here involved. I feel like it's something for yourself. You're building your own self-empire, your own self-worth. You're well on your way to the 9 of Pentacles here with the 7 of Pentacles, but that you're soon able to reap these efforts that you've put in. There's something right around the corner here for you once things click and break free from this 7 of Cups. Okay, so now pull a postcard here from your spirit guide. What message do we have for pile number 2? Your closest spirit guide. What message do you have for pile number 2? Thank you. Dearest you, over here there is no mystery for us to unravel, as we know intimately how connected we all are, how the web of creation works, and how spirit is in every aspect of life, from the invisible to the visible. But it's impossible for humans to comprehend the complexities of how things actually work, because the most important threads in the tapestry don't make sense in the dimension you live in. That said, you can feel the importance of these currents of energy that bring events together in miraculous ways. You can't understand with your mind, but you can know with your heart and soul. Trust that even though you don't know the how, the what, or the why, we do. Surrender to the mystery and have faith that the unseen world is watching you with loving eyes as spirit waves your lives, mysterious and beautiful tapestry in glorious technicolor. Loving you so much as always. So I was picking up there that fear of maybe something not being, you know, as stable as you thought, or a fear that doing what you might feel is right, you're letting go of something. You're looking at the flip side of what could go wrong rather than what you can gain from setting yourself free. It sounds like there's a lot going on here. The Temperance really does speak of alchemy and pulling away from areas that might not be healthy and investing in areas of your life that are going to be healing and bring you the most growth. I feel like it is definitely an area that you've neglected for some time now, or haven't been able to focus on. Now we will get a message here from your ancestor. Is there an ancestor? Oh, someone really wants to speak to you. I'm feeling a masculine energy here. I'm feeling this person is quite round, if I were to describe him. Very jovial. What does he want to say? We are easing the blockage which is holding you back. Go for it. So this masculine energy for your ancestor wants you to know that they're holding back these blockages and able for you to step forward. That what might not seem like a doable feat is certainly doable for you. All you have to do is really let go and move forward. Free yourself from the situation and things will fall into place. Areas that are gray will come into focus, but I believe that the first step here is really what's going to set you free. So you've been focused on helping others so much so, or focused on others, where it's now turned into maybe a distraction of helping yourself move yourself forward. All right, so pile number 2. That was a very heavy reading. I can certainly feel the pressure here. Leave a comment, leave a like. I'm wishing you the very, very best. Love and light. See you again. Bye. Hello, my beautiful pile number 3. If you pick this brass skeleton key, pile number 3, this is your reading. So we'll be asking your closest spirit guide or ancestor to convey a message of liberation for you. What message do you have for pile number 3 to set them free? What do they need to hear? Thank you, Spirit. And thank you, pile number 3, for allowing me to tap into your energy. We have the 7 of Cups. We have the Knight of Swords in reverse. We have the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. We have the 4 of Wands in reverse. We have the World. Something's going on with your family. Something's going on where there's either family disputes. Someone's not not playing in a loving way. There's been some maybe harsh words amongst family, or at least a very close group of people that you trust. You're not quite sure now kind of where things are at. This business has been kind of slow going. Spirit is saying that things are coming to an end as far as this cycle, this pain, this confusion within the family situation. For some of you guys, it could be a marriage, like a long-term marriage. There's been a lot of confusion, a lot of harsh words, a lot of not knowing whether there was going to be maintained stability in this marriage. And Spirit wants you to know that this cycle of confusion is ending, that there will be some clarity shed on this situation. Okay, so let's take a look with these abstract cards that I've made. Message from your spirit guide for pile number 3. What messages do we have here regarding pile number 3 and a message of liberation for them in this situation? I feel like what started off as maybe little disputes or a pileup of little arguments kind of started to build on each other. And I feel as though what might have seemed as insignificant, or at least separate arguments or instances where things weren't working, kind of piled up and piled up and piled up to where it started to compound and feel like one major issue. What Spirit wants you to know is that this had to happen in order for you guys to really build on the foundation to get to the next level within this family situation, your marriage, your family, the people in the circle in which you had challenges with. I'm really feeling as though for some of you guys, you feel like you're stuck waiting on other people to make amends or clear things up. There feels like there's been some bad karma, some bad words, so not knowing how to move forward from this. But what Spirit wants you to know is that there will be some rapid situations in which things will start to move in a positive direction, that you guys will start to flourish in areas that might have been challenging at one point. And I feel like there's a concern that maybe what can't be gained is the sense of innocence, or there's this fear of maybe not being able to go back to the way it was, this purity about this family or this marriage or this situation. Spirit wants you to know that despite you thinking that maybe the purity in this connection is lost or that you can't go back, that the new cycle in which you're able to move forward in this situation is much more fruitful for you as an individual than it's been ever in the past. For some of you guys, there will be a full turnaround with this group of people. You're in your family, your marriage. You're able to resolve and rectify. But for others of you, what Spirit is telling me is that once this chapter ends, the new chapter is much more fruitful without this pain, without the drama, without the turmoil. That once you learn to release, you're able to start a new chapter that's much more fulfilling. What other messages do we have here for pile number 3? Spirit guide for pile number 3. What message of liberation do you have here regarding this family situation, this marriage? Thank you. We got the 10 of Wands. I'll drop the card. Feeling this 2 of Pentacles is in reverse. There's a Chariot in reverse. The Star. Dropped another card. And we got the 5 of Wands in reverse. There's a really heavy feeling of being burdened and overloaded. Just really, really this heaviness that you carry, you know. Words were said. Just feel like obligations are heavy. Stress is heavy. Carrying this load is heavy. There's internal conflict that you have within yourself regarding the situation that you just want to let go of. This heaviness will be something that will only go away once you learn to understand that there is nothing further that you're able to do to change other people's minds, that you're able to tangibly work on that's going to make anybody happy. That the only way to kind of get through this is to help heal and focus on yourself. Help yourself identify areas that are going to free you from this anguish. I feel like you've been trying to keep everyone happy, but you've been pulled in so many different directions that you've just kind of, I feel like there's this mental stress burnout happening in this situation that I'm feeling for some of you guys, that there'll be a total burnout in order for everything to kind of snap before this ends and you get to start a new chapter of healing, or for the situation to just rectify itself. But Spirit wants you to know that at the end of whether this is something that you get to rectify with the same group of people or on a new path, that there is peace for yourself, there's healing for yourself, there's a better way outside of this turmoil, this heaviness, this uncertainty, this harshness, greedy people thinking of themselves, and you're trying to kind of please everybody, or at least make other people happy, and it's very much a struggle for you in this situation. I know it's cliche to say focus on self, but really the message here of liberation is that you cannot do anything further in this situation that's going to win anyone over or fix the situation, other than just pulling back your energy in order to help yourself heal from the pain, unload some of this heaviness, to get yourself centered a little bit better. Let go of some of this mental chaos that's happening, this challenge within you to have to resolve things. And that's when things will kind of come to an end here. Things will sort itself out. What started off as little problems or a drizzle, you know, that you feel like you're kind of standing in the rain right now. The concern about the purity I'm hearing is something you're really hanging on to. I don't know why it keeps coming back, but I feel as though you're really concerned about something being pure, something not going back to the way it was. Spirit wants you to let go, because things do change, and that there is purity, but it doesn't have to go back to the way that it was. Just the way you see things have to change. Once you heal, you're able to see things from a different perspective, that you no longer hung up on this purity or this need to have things kind of go back to a clean slate. There's a history here that's already been written. Okay, so pile number 3, message from your spirit guide. I have this postcard from your spirit guide. What does your spirit guide want to tell you regarding this liberating message for pile number 3? Spirit, thank you. Dearest you, we know everything in the universe is perfect, even in its flaws, and we view the creations of spirit in total awe. All is unique, yet part of a unity of existence, but the human experience is a little different from ours. You tend to have a specific standard for what you consider ideal, and this isn't serving you right now. So forget your idea of perfection and see through your own eyes, allowing things to be as they are without judgment. Don't wait until a perfect moment or mood to start something. Instead, enter your life with all its flaw awesomeness. You are exactly where you're supposed to be. Let others who are who they are too. Let others be who they are too. Imperfect and human. Complex or simple, it doesn't matter. For there is always something to discover, experience, and love. When you drop the need for an ideal, you uncover the real treasure, which will be far more interesting and valuable. Yeah, that certainly sums it up. Thank you, Spirit. I was feeling this need to hang on to something ideal, something pure. Once you learn to see it differently, that release, that end of that cycle, things will start to get better. Just too heavy to carry. So let's get a message for pile number 3 from their ancestors. So we have an ancestor here that wants to speak to you. Pile number 3. I'm picking up a child. A child here. Now, it might not be someone you've known in the past. Might be from a past life, but there is a child here. I feel like it's a masculine child. It says, we rejoice when we find love. Love comes in unexpected ways. So this child wants to remind you that you're loved. This child wants to remind you that there is love for you. That love doesn't have to be perfect. That love is found in flaws. That love is found in the most unexpected ways. And I think that's beautiful. And this is also the number 24, which could be significant, but I get the number 6, which is the Lover's card, which is making a choice. True love, the way you'd love your family, the way you'd love your partner in a marriage, that there is a choice to be made. It could be a choice to see things differently. A choice to maybe not want to win at all costs, but want to be happy, even if that means being wrong to be right. Anyway, this is the message I'm getting for you guys here. Pile number 3. This was a beautiful reading. I wish you all the very, very best. If this resonated, leave a like, leave a comment, and we'll see you soon. Love and light. Bye.